Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's that time of the week again, your Silver Objective player potentials and Team of the Week 30 predictions as we come up to, it looks like what is going to be EFL and Community Tots. So, without further ado, our Silver Objective players are potentially one of two players in my opinion. The first is right back from Olympique de Marseille. It's Paul Liriola, and he had a couple goals, I believe. Yeah, he had 2 goals in a 3-2 win. He had the game winner. So I think it's probably these two guys is probably 80% towards Lirola and 20% towards Ojeda. A couple of the cards that I thought were potentially possibly going to be there are actually probably going to be in Team of the Week. So I think Lirola is probably going to get it. Although Danny Ojeda, he had 2 goals as well in a 3-1 win. Literally, they both had identical stats and basically contributed to both teams' wins. So it could be either one of these guys. They both have great, they're Spanish. Obviously Lirola has the League One links, but Danny Ojeda being Spanish, probably of the 2 cards I'd rather have the Lirola. If I were doing these, I don't really do the Silver Objective players that much, but that's what I'm seeing for that. So pretty cut and dry there. Not a whole lot to talk about there. So let's get to Team of the Week 30 predictions. And this is what we have. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I will say defenders are garbage this week, in my opinion. So I have a few thoughts on this. So first up, goalkeeper. I believe I only had a couple goalkeepers this week, and they're literally both in Team of the Week. I think Thibaut Courtois gets in for Real Madrid. I know they didn't win, but he basically was, I think, man of the match, and he kept a clean sheet. Helped them avoid losing that game. Although I think they had a couple of times where they scored and had VAR overturn their goals. So does he get in? I don't know. I kind of assume that with Team of the Season basically looming on the horizon, that they're going to put in some higher rated cards to kind of juice it a little bit, get people to open packs for both Community Tots and the potential of packing good Team of the Week players. I use that loosely, good, because there's probably only Courtois, Haland, Mbappe, and Immobile are probably the only ones that you're going to use in your team at this point. But it is what it is. Next up, I went with Rami Bensebaini over Jonas Hoffman, with the defenders being so slim this week. So Bensebaini had 1 goal. He had an 8.3 rating in a 4-0 win. Hoffman had 1 goal, 1 assist. So it's pretty... I could see Hoffman getting in, but I went with Bensebaini just because, like I said, just because of the lack of defenders this week. Because these next 2 guys, I'm not really sure. I know they were involved in their team's wins, but I literally had, because every time I looked at the defenders, like I had to keep pulling people out, or they just weren't good enough to get in. So Amiens and Gym City, obviously defensively they're pretty decent cards, but I really don't think they're not high rated enough to make your team, for 1, and 2, Gym City is garbage from a pace and shot perspective, so not really usable in your club. So yeah, like I said, defenders are super thin this week. I've seen some people with Gunther being a left back instead of a left mid, but he played left mid in the Freiburg's win, 4-0 win. He had 2 goals, so left mid or left back, it doesn't really matter. Actually, a pretty decent looking card. 91 pace, 81 defending, 81 physical. Whether it's a left back or left mid, pretty decent card to potentially use. If you want German, you know, Bundesliga will be coming, so those links will be going back up. And these informs might be needed for, you know, guaranteed TOTS packs, so, or TOTS cards. So let's see. Next up, we have Leon Bailey, Beggar Leverkusen. And I made a mistake. I left his rating is 82, but it should probably be 83. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, and 3-0 win. He had 9.21, a 9.2 rating in the win. Pace-wise, good card, but I mean, I don't really know. He has the Bundesliga links, but I don't really know that you're going to use that card at this point in the game. So yeah, like I said, probably not going to make it in your team. Next up, we have Dominic Berardi for Sassuolo. He had 2 goals in a 3-1 win. So I think that'll get him in. Pretty much no questions asked there. And the cat's whipping me with his tail. Next up, we have Angel Correa for Athletical Madrid. They won 5-0, I believe. Yeah, 5-0. He had 2 goals, 1 assist. I know his base card's a right mid, but he played striker in the game. I believe it's Sunday. So possibly a striker card, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is a right mid. Again, probably not somebody that you're going to be using in your club. Decent card, but probably not anybody you're going to be using. Next up, we have Ciro Immobile. For Lazio, he had 1 goal, 1 assist, and 5-3 win. And I believe he had the game winner. What ended up being the game winner. And I don't know. They could go kind of a couple other ways there, but Immobile is the highest rated player that I think could get in from Lazio, so that's why I've got him in this team of the week. Next up, we have Mr. Erling Braut Haaland from Dortmund. He had 2 goals and a 4-1 win. So this is one of the ones I struggle with a little bit, just because Mats Hummels had he had a goal, and originally I actually literally had both of them in. I was like, they're both not going to get in, so I was like, it's probably going to be Haland over Hummels. Like I said, with the team of the week, or excuse me, team of the season coming out, they're going to try to juice it a little bit. So I think he'll get in. And then, yes, I have Kylian Mbappe from PSG. He had 2 goals and a 3-2 win. And I believe he had the game winner or game tying goal. He's played pretty well the last couple of weeks, but he hasn't gotten in. So my suspicion is he'll probably get in. I think this might be his first in for him. I didn't see anything, so I could be right, I could be wrong there. But like I said, with Tots coming out, you know, and Ligue 1 Tots is probably what, 3 weeks away, probably 3 to 4 weeks, you know, almost maybe a month. So I could see them dropping this card now, kind of pushing the hype for Tots, and then his Tots will probably be out once Ligue 1 comes out. So our backup goalkeeper is Marchesan for FC Porto. He had, sorry, I gotta get the oh no, that's not what I want. Oh my lord. He had 3 saves, 2 in the box, and a penalty save and a 1-0 win. So I figured that pretty much guarantees him getting in. We'll see. 84 rated. I've seen the other goalkeepers I've seen potentially in aren't that high rated. So I kind of went with, like I said, I went with the higher rated cards that I felt like deserved to be in team of the week. You know, with Todd generally Tots, you know, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, but with Tots, they generally try to put higher rated players in the team of the week to entice people to open packs, spend FIFA points, etc. So next up we have Mr. Rodrigo De Paul for Spezia, I believe. Sorry, Udinese. He had 2 goals and a 2-1 win, so he had both goals. So I figure that pretty much guarantees him getting in. Beside him, we have Mr. Roman Yarmchuck from KAA Ghent. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, and a 7-2 win. This will be his 3rd in form if he gets in. And he was pretty much the highlight reel for KA in that match, so I think he'll get in. And then we have Jean-Pierre Nsame for Young Boys. He had another hat trick in a 3-0. He scored all 3 goals in the 3-0 win, 9.1 rating, guaranteed to get in Team of the Week this week. So I'll back out here, go down here to our sub reserves, if you want to call it that. So we have Trimmel from FC Union Berlin. This card, I'm not sure. I have it as a right back. It could be right mid because he kind of played like right wing back, right mid, whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that as an RWB for right wing back. He had 2 assists in a 2-1 win, so he basically assisted both goals. Had a 7.8 rating in that game. They won 2-1. So I think that'll get him in. A guy that's been missing a lot in FIFA, Mr. Chicharito for LA Galaxy. He had, he had 2 goals and a 3-2 win. I believe it was on Sunday, I believe it was. So I think that possibly will get him in. I think he had the game winner. So I expect to see him in. I'd be a little surprised if he doesn't get in. And then next up we have from the Seattle Sounders, Rio Daz, striker. He had 2 goals and a 4-0 win. So I think he gets in. Seattle's kind of rolling early in the MLS season right now. Next up, from Melbourne City, we have Jamie McLaren. He had he had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 goals and a 7-0 win. He had a 10 rating. So no doubt that guy's getting in Team of the Week. That'll be his 2nd in form of the season. Unfortunately, horrible links, but it's actually a pretty decent striker card. So that kind of sucks. Next up, we have Hakarata from FC St Paulie. I believe he had 1 goal and a clean sheet for FC St Paulie. So that should get him in. Like I said, defenders were extremely thin this week. So again, nationality is bad. Card is meh. So you're not going to do anything but throw that into an SBC at some point anyway. And then I had a hard time with I needed 1 more gold in form, and I had a hard time finding, because I felt like I had enough higher rateds already. So you kind of got to balance the high rateds with the lower rateds. So I went with I believe Robert Teschi from VFL Bochum, from the German 2nd League. He played CDM. He had 2 goals and a 4-3 win. 8.7 rating. So I think that'll be enough to possibly get him in. So we'll have to see on that. And then last 2 are actually silver informs this week. One is Blair Turgot from Ostersunds of the Swedish League. He had a hat trick and a 5-0 win, 9.2 rating. So that'll guarantee he gets in. And then Gomes from the left mid from Morecambe, I believe. I can't remember. I think that's like English 3 or 4 league. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, and a 4-3 win. I believe he had the game winner. Another nice Spanish card for links in your silver squads. If you're using, actually both of those cards are actually decent English and Spanish links, so they will link up with the there'll be soft links. The hard links will be hard to come by. No pun intended there. So that rounds out our team of the week this week. So we got Thibaut Courtois, Vincent Bayani, Amian, Jim City, Berardi, Leon Bailey, Gunther, Angel Correa, Ciro Immobile, Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, starting 11. Then we have Marcheson, Rodrigo De Paul, Yarmchuck, Insame, Trimmel, Chicharito, Riudaz, McLaren, Hakarata, Teschi, and Turgo and Gomes. So that's it for Team of the Week predictions. We are on the horizon of TOTS. I'm starting to back off my FIFA gameplay a little bit, and I do have MLB The Show, so I am playing that. I still will be doing Team of the Week predictions. So I hope all you guys have some packs saved up. You're ready for TOTS. And yeah, so appreciate the support. Smash the thumbs up. Comment if you have any suggestions, questions, etc. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back here same time next week for Team of the Week 31 and our Silver Objective players. We'll see. I think we're approaching the end of the season, so there may not be a Silver Objective projection next week. But we will see. So, guys, appreciate it. Take care and have a good week.